6 to 18 on this Saturday morning, and as we've peeked around our neighborhood weather network and Viera wireless networks, we've seen a mixture of beautiful sunrise shots, some pockets of low cloud cover, a few showers here and there, so we have some variety. But in no cases are we talking about any extreme weather this morning. It's actually pretty quiet in most cases. 56 degrees right now in Phil-Long-Kia, downtown Colorado Springs. You can see it's relatively cloudy at the moment. And again, you'll notice as you head out, the roads might be a little bit damp in spots. Some of that just from the water in the air, some of it from some leftover showers late last night. With no wind out there, it really feels pretty nice, all things considered. Water vapor imagery continues to pick up on the monsoon flow, which is a lot of this milky white that you see. The thickest part of it's actually just down to our south and west. That'll come back overhead as we head into next week. We've actually been feasting on some low-level moisture recently, which has been resulting in the severe thunderstorms that we've had. That shows up as this really dark green area, but notice it begins to drain away from the higher terrain a little bit this afternoon. And so we do think that the intensity of the storms over the next couple of days should drop off, at least in the realm of severe weather and hail. We may still get some heavy bursts of rain at times with any stronger cells. Most of eastern Colorado right now in the 60s. Higher terrain generally in the 50s, so there's not a lot of variety out there. Skycast shows clearing conditions through lunchtime, so yeah, we'll see the sun for a little while today. And then the clouds will start to build up again over the mountains as they often do, and we'll see some showers and thunderstorms. But notice at 4 o'clock, these storms look pretty spotty and generally confined to the higher terrain. So we don't expect a ton of them to be blowing off onto the plains, at least by this time during the afternoon. High temperatures today in the 80s and 90s at lower elevations, primarily 70s and 80s for our local mountain areas and some of the higher mountain valleys. That's prior to any thunderstorms arriving, at which point, of course, they'll tend to cool you off. And we do expect a few of these to straggle out across the plains this evening. They just won't be as numerous or as strong as they have been recently. So if you get the stronger cells overhead today, certainly some bursts of heavy rain and maybe some small hail could accompany those. Some gusty wind and frequent lightning. We just don't think that the severe weather threat is going to be all that great, which probably is good news. Notice, by the way, tomorrow morning we actually start to see some showers out here in southwestern Colorado. That's all monsoon stuff. So that looks to thicken up again across the area early next week. So we'll keep storms in that 20 to 30% range here for the next several days, and temperatures are going to be a little warmer tomorrow than today. But really, it's mid to late next week that we start to eye a combination of that monsoon flow and some low-level moisture with some weak cold fronts. So our temperatures should cool later on next week, and then we'll start to get back into the possibility for storms that not only could produce some very heavy rain and maybe some flash flooding, but perhaps some severe weather as well. So we'll be tracking that closely as we head through the week. But at least for the next few days, it looks like the storms will be a little bit more benign. They'll be out there, but more benign. A lot of 90s in Pueblo the next few days. End of the week, we'll drop you off into the 80s. See about getting you some good rain by the end of the week as well. Overnight lows mainly in the 60s. Canyon City will have your temperatures probably in the 90s for the next several days as well. Overnight lows in the 60s. Again, the monsoon flow alone will keep some spotty storms going for the next couple of days. And if you get one overhead, and that's always the question, if, then maybe you get some heavier rain. But certainly it would appear those chances for heavy rain are better as we hit the latter part of this period. Teller County, and also for all mountain areas, really. I think your storm chances will be better each and every day, and maybe the chance for heavy rain too. But like the rest of us, we start to filter in some of that low-level moisture by the end of next week. Then it starts to get a little scarier looking.
Yeah.
You know, and we wonder about maybe, hopefully not having a repeat of what happened.
Oh, man.
It's kind of nasty.
That was crazy. And like we mentioned earlier in the show, several people were saying this is the most severe damage they've seen left behind. I mean, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends I work with at the school who live in parts of Colorado. And I can get anything in Monument. I'm still trying to keep my grass from dying right now. But
that's so crazy.
Blown out windows and siding. And, what a mess. Sorry about that.
Okay, well, hopefully, fingers crossed, we won't see that again.
I don't think so for the next few days.
All right, sounds good, Marty. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Well,